And it really felt like that Lomberg, Rooney, Klapka combination had fed off each other and played really well together. How do you feel about them?
I agree with you. I thought they were our best line tonight. They played a simple game. They put pucks in, and the first two goals that we scored were based off of their work off the forecheck. So I thought all three of those guys had impact tonight, which was nice to see.
What did you see important?
For sure. Absolutely. I mean, there's certain guys on our team that that's part of who they are, and we need to see it consistently. And all three of those guys, I thought, were ready to play the role that we need them to play tonight.
For Lapka, where do you see him today versus where you saw him at times last year with your group?
I think he's grown up quite a bit in understanding what he has to do to stay in the NHL. Oftentimes, sometimes players, I don't know how to put it, they want to be an offensive guy, and they try cute little plays and fancy plays, and it just doesn't work yet. And I think when he came up the second time with us, he played a very simple brand of hockey. Pucks were put in deep. He really took a lot of pride in forechecking hard, and he ended up scoring at the end of the season for us. And I think he's started to figure out that the first thing that he has to do is make the team and stay consistently, and there's a way for him to do that. And then once a player is in the NHL for a while, their role can change or expand a little bit, and he has a skill set that may allow him to do that in the future. But for right now, I think he's going to hold pretty true to his identity and who he is.
Ryan, whatever three guys kind of end up there, what we're going to describe as the fourth line,
Yeah.
what do you envision and what you need out of that group?
Probably what we saw tonight is a good snapshot of it. They're a group of guys that have to be hard to play against, and the forecheck's going to be a real big part of their identity. So they have to make it uncomfortable on defensemen, knowing that, oh my goodness, these guys are coming again, type thing. And with that, I think they're going to drag people into the game with them like they did tonight.
What can you say about Grushnikov's game and strides he's taken over?
He's one of the more pleasant surprises up until this point for me. His skating ability, the way he really tries to apply everything that we've asked him to do. He's a very coachable young man, and I'm really optimistic and feeling really good about where his game is at, and I know he's going to. Whether it's full-time or part-time, he's gonna be an NHL player at some point.
I asked about Braden Bahal's game. It felt like there was obviously a goal and an assist, but he was also kind of huge defending teammates. It felt like he was sort of at a very all-round.
Braden's a little bit like the three guys that we already talked about. Like, we don't have really that big physical presence on the back end. It's just not what we have. But he tries every night to finish hits with purpose, to be a hard guy to play against, and that's typically what you see from him, game in, game out. So another guy that's come in, and in the games he's played for us, he's not just here because he was here at the end of the year last year. He's coming to make an impression again and to say, hey, this for sure, I'm going to stay on this team.
It did seem like every guy on the ice, not the guys were fighting, but when there were little things after the whistle, everyone was having each other's back out. At this point in preseason, I mean, how happy are you as a coach to see everyone sticking up for each other?
It's a good thing for sure. I mean, every game's going to be different, but I think players are always more comfortable if they know without a doubt that people are there with them.
What did you think of St. Hansik's game tonight?
I really liked him again. I mean, I think he was another one of our players that was impactful. The speed that he played with, he's not shying away from anything. I feel like he continues to get better and better. He's going to make it hard on us.
How much more physically ready is he for this camp versus last camp?
Much more. It's not just physically. I think it's more about he knows what to expect. Like, he went into games last year a little bit eyes wide open, and maybe didn't want to ruffle feathers, if you want to call it that. But this year he's a confident player, and I think because he had success early on, he's now feeling really good about his game. So every time he's stepping on the ice, you see his speed. Now you see a guy that wants to be first on pucks. He's had impact.
Ryan, your goalies weren't maybe incredibly busy tonight, but made some big saves throughout. I'm just wondering what you thought of all three really this far into training camp.
All three have been really good, and I think that's probably why all three have been really good, because they're competing with each other. So we're very happy with them for sure.
Are you finding any separation between the three at this point?
It's been, I don't know if you call it separation. It's hard to critique or be negative on any of their appearances. They've been good. So they've given us chances to win. They've made saves that they need to make, but they've also made some saves that they have no business making. So that's that's what we want, is for them to continue to do that.
During the second intermission, the Flames unveiled a trailer for this new series where they're going to be following you guys a little bit closely. And
Yep.
it's coming at a time where a lot of people are going to be really into the Amazon series where they're going to be following players like Connor McDavid and other guys around the league. And I know the Montreal Canadiens are doing a similar series. I was just curious about your impressions of the fact that it seems like the NHL is getting more and more into that wave of trying to show beyond what normal fans see during games or media availabilities, and kind of following the line of what Drive to Survive has done, or the golf show on Netflix as well. Just want to know your impressions of those types of shows.
I like the shows. I will say that to you. And I think that's kind of the way sport's going now. So there was always a little bit of the old school where we don't want anybody around our dressing room, around our teams. The way it is now, that's changed. So it's hard on a coach sometimes because the access is always there and people are always in the room, and I don't like to see myself stuff like that, but that's the way everything is now, and I think it's people want to see it. So I think we have to do our best to promote our game as best as we can, and especially promote our organization because we're really proud of it.